Imagine if you could get superpowers in Rust by enchanting your gear to give your characters special abilities. And the more of your gear you enchant, the stronger those abilities become. Like, for example, enchant an entire gear set so you become the ultimate DPS machine, mowing down helicopters, NPCs, and other players alike. And then when you need to, switching it to your farmer's enchanted set so you could mine nodes like you're your own giant excavator. And then switching it again to the lumberjack set and just chop down trees like you work for the bad guys on Avatar. You could even enchant your gear to become the ultimate pilot. Jump in your heli and soar across the map at the speeds of a jet fighter to help your friends out when they're caught in a pinch. You can do all of this on the Swordy Zombies Rust PVE servers, and I'm about to show you how. Alright guys, so there's quite a few things to mention here. So first, what I want to do is just give you all a quick overview of how this works, and then I'm going to go into more detail later. But essentially, there's this unique item on our servers called blood, this here. And you can get that in many different ways, which I'll tell you about, and I'll even include some secret ways later on in the video, which will earn you a ton of this stuff to enchant your items with. But this is the main ingredient in which you will use to enchant any of your gear. So let me just do that real quick with this pair of pants. It's just an example. You may notice that we have these 4 buttons at the top here. One is to view your stats, one is to actually enchant an item, one is to transfer an item over to another piece of gear, and one is to salvage / recycle an enchanted item that you don't want. But we want to enchant one just for the demonstration of this overview real quick. So I click the enchant one, selects all the items in my inventory that I can enchant. And as you notice, I can't enchant bandages and stuff like that. And I can't enchant this gun or that gun because they are on the maximum level of enchantment. So let's just use the pants. I click this, and now I get this menu of all the different things in which I can enchant, like the ones I showed you in the intro, the miners, the lumberjack, the drivers one, so you can just drive that heli super fast across the map, and operators, which does massive amounts of NPC damage. And then of course you have PvP version of that. And for this example, I'm going to choose hunters because the contribution this week on the server, which is another mod, requires lots of meat, and the hunters one will yield me way more meat from any animal that I kill. So as you can see here, if I had 2 pieces of my gear that were enchanted with hunters ability, it will increase the bonus rate by 25%. And then 4 pieces you can see here, and then I also have a 10% chance of instantly skinning the animal, and then it goes up 6 pieces and I get a lot more of the bonus. Then there's multipliers, not just by how many pieces but also the quality in which I can get, and that's kind of like the luck of the draw. If I click enchant now, I don't know if I'm going to get common, rare, epic, or legendary. I can't use more blood to ensure that I get a higher quality. It's just absolutely random, and it costs, as you see here, 100 blood for every time I enchant it. So let's see what I get. Okay, I got the shittest one possible. So I could either keep that, which I don't think I want to do, or I can spend another 100 blood to redo it again, like a reroll. So I click on that, and then I want to click on rechant. Epic. I mean, that's 1 up from rare, I guess. Let's try again. Rare. Okay, so I even got worse now. Let's try one more. I got rare yet again. I got the worst you can get yet again. This is not going well for this video. Oh, okay, now I got legendary, so I'm keeping that. That is pretty much the best I can get through enchanting my items. There is one more above that, and that is ultimate, but you can only get that. This is the ultimate. You can only get that by doing special events or completing quests. You can't ever enchant an item to the ultimate, most strongest version of that ability. And they go in this rank. They go from absolutely normal to C for common. The next one above that is R for rare, and this number is actually means something. So you could get a rare item with 0.3 or 0.6, and that number means something. It usually means the multiplier in which you're going to get of that ability. And then you got epic, legendary, and of course the last one here, ultimate. So let me show you other things that you can do before I get on to showing you how you can get the blood. So for example, if I found this legendary hunter's pants, like I was looting, or from raidable bases, you can find enchanted gear from quests or NPCs and all this stuff. You can actually get enchanted gear as it is at random qualities. You can even find legendary ones out there as well. But say I didn't want it on my pair of pants. Like, what if that was a pickaxe and it was an operator's ability, meaning it's going to give me really good DPS, make me do high damage to NPCs, but it's on a pickaxe? Like, I don't want it on the pickaxe. So maybe I want to put it on an armor, on my gun. So let me take these pair of boots, for example, and then I'm going to click on this button here, the two arrows, the transfer arrow. And say, well, what do you want to transfer? So it selects all the items in your inventory that are enchanted. So obviously I want the legendary pair of pants. Click that. Now it's got the arrows pointing down saying, so where do you want to put this enchantment on? What item do you want to put it on? So I click here. Yes, do you want to transfer? It costs 250 blood to transfer an enchanted ability to another item. It doesn't matter if it's legendary, epic, or rare. It's always going to be 250. Boom. And you see now it's transferred. The yellow legendary glow is now off of the pants and is gone onto my shoes. So let me put those shoes back. And then I want to show you another thing where you can see all the stats. So I've got just this pair of boots here. So if I click on this t-shirt icon, it's going to show me the stats of what I'm currently wearing. And I've got a mix match. So I've got a hunter's legendary pair of boots, but I've also got an ultimate operator's gun, right? So if I click on this, it's going to tell me I got a hunter's bonus of 14%, which isn't much really. So I'm going to want to enchant more items. Now you're probably wondering, well, you get these bonus sets. The more you enchant of that one set, the stronger that ability becomes. That is true, but you're only going to count for everything on your armor belt here and your backpack, and also what's in your hand. So you can't just enchant all the stuff in your inventory and just stack it full of enchanted gear and stack your entire tool belt with enchanted gear. That's not going to work. It's what's in your hand and what is on your armor section here, including the backpack. So for example, if I put that gun in my hand, let's just scroll over to here. Now I've got the gun in my hand. I go back and I'm going to check the stats. And now you can see not only do I have that 14% that's there before, but now I've got double the damage to scientists just from that one gun because it's an ultimate. I take that out my hand, I switch to something else, and that bonus isn't there anymore. It's just back to the hunters. So just for funsies, let's go and enchant this pair of pants again and see if I can get another legendary. So hunters again, yep, let's enchant. Okay, that was rubbish. Let's click on it and enchant again. Again, rubbish. Again, 3 times in a row, 4 times in a row. And you see this number's changing. Before it was 3, it was 0.03, now it's 0.02. There are different levels within the different levels of enchantments too, right? So I'm getting, okay, that was rare. I got 5 shit ones in a row. Come on, give me a legendary for the video before I've run out. That was terrible. So I guess all I can do is use that. And now let me check what bonus that gave me. I mean, not bad. I went from 14% up to 41% because I now have 2 of them, so that I got a 2-set bonus in addition to their individual bonus. Hunter's bow increased by 20%. So if I took the boots off, because they were just 14% on their own, and I check this gives me 2%, right? But then that should say 16, but because it's a 2-set bonus, it's gone even higher, right? So if I click on it, for example, the 2-set increases a total bonus flat rate by 25%. But obviously 25% plus the 16% when you stack the 2 together, that equals a 41%. My next set bonus will be when I get 4 pieces and then 6 pieces. So the big question, where do I get this blood, or what are the best ways in which I can obtain lots and lots of blood so I can enchant all my gear? Well, you can do them in different ways. As I mentioned before, you can do them with quests. At the top here, we have a whole quest section, which I haven't done. I haven't locked any. This UI is about to get an overhaul as well. But the quest section will get you plenty of blood. You can do the contribution here also. I did a video on the contribution and how it works. And this week, I got to make lots of pies. So that's why I wanted to enchant my stuff with hunter's gear. You can also vote for our servers to get blood. If you go to vote4sz.com, you can see all the information there, all of our voting pages and the rewards that you can get. So you get 100 blood a day, super serum, salty coins, a supply signal. All the information is here, and not to brag or anything, but if I open up all the voting pages for 7 Days to Die, Rust, Ark, Conan, and DayZ on the main voting websites, we are ranked #1 for not just Rust, but 7 Days to Die, Conan, DayZ. At Salty Zombies, we host all of these games, and we got huge pop in every single one of them. So if you ever need a break from Rust, but still want to hang out with the community, we've got plenty of games, including Project Zomboid and GTA 5 as well. One of the main ways, though, is when you're out doing anything on the Salty Zombies Rust PvE server, killing NPCs, raidable bases, going out looting in crates, you will find tons and tons of already enchanted gear. And I've got 2 boxes here of the ones that I've found so far. I've got a bunch here. Like, I found a few legendaries on my own in raidable bases, but essentially, yeah, if I grab this gun, this one's a common, so I just click on the salvage button or recycle button, whatever you want to call it. I click on the item that I want to actually salvage and get a portion of the blood back. Make sure I don't misclick, click it, and then click yes. And I got a little bit of blood there. But now for the special way in which you can get blood. So I'm going to show you one special way. I'm going to reveal the secret. There's a few different ways, and what we like to do at Salty Zombies PvE servers is, I wouldn't call them like Easter eggs, like special ways of finding things out, but it does entice a bit of discovery. And then once you've discovered them, it kind of opens up like a whole new world to play in. So this technique involves it being nighttime, and it involves you killing zombies. And just so happens at the time right now, zombies have just spawned because it's nighttime. The trick to getting extra blood is actually by killing the zombies in a particular way. Okay, great. This one's gonna blow up. I'm trying to demonstrate for you how to get the blood from the zombies. Okay, there's a weak one. So, let me get his attention. He comes over. So you want to kill them with a knife. So what I usually do is I damage them a little bit till they got a little bit of health, switch to my knife, and then you want to do the final blow to the head with the knife. And you have a chance of getting a blood. On that time I didn't, but here comes another one. Let's try. Put it to the head, get the knife out. And I got 2 blood on that one. Let's find some more. Here comes another one. Yeah, this guy's a tough one. Maybe he'll give me more blood. Okay, bring my knife out. I gotta get him in the head. Oh, he gave me 3 blood. So the bigger ones, they do give you more, but it is obviously there's an RNG to it as well. Here comes another one. But you're getting an idea. Okay, this guy's a flamethrower one. Okay, so we got a lot of different types of zombies. That's all these zombies server, which is, you know, ironic in the name, isn't it? So let's see if I can get this one without getting set on fire. Ready? Hey! Okay, I got him. I didn't get the blood. But anyway, a pro tip for getting this blood is that some people early on... Wow, okay, another one just exploded. It's chaos on this server. But pro tip, some people actually invest in a knight's kit. So if I go and enchant, and let me enchant this one here, just for an example, and I go to knights here, I can not only increase the damage that I do, but also decrease the melee damage that I get. So a lot of people invest in that, get like a nice decked out knight's kit, then they grip their knife and they just go toe to toe, slashing at the zombies and just getting all the blood and kind of getting back their investment. And that is a pretty good way of getting a lot of blood very quickly. Now, the secret way, the one that I'm just going to hint to but not actually tell you, is that although there is no vampires in Rust, there is an item in Rust which is stereotypically known for killing vampires. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. You figure that out and you can get a ton of this blood to enchant your gear with. So I hope that helps with everything. I hope I explained that well. Now, as always, please check the website, the Salty Zombies website. Go to the Rust section. It has all the information there. So if I've left anything out in this video or something changes about obtaining blood, it will be updated on that article. So always go ahead, check it out. Come join the servers. We've got Rust PvE server in the USA, Europe, and Australia. So no matter where you are in the world, we've got a server near you. And if you have any questions, I stream on this server every single week. To pop in, say hi, take a look at what it's all about, and you can even join our Discord. The links to them will be in the description below. See you guys in the next video.